minute, though. What about those pictures that showed up?
What?
Didn't you have some pictures of you playing naked basketball? Or
I know it wasn't that. We was on the beach or something. I don't know. It was young in my career. You know how we do.
Did you kill the pictures somehow? Did you buy them
They
up?
killed. We bought. I think we had to pay for them. They found them in my house in Vegas.
right?
And you know, Vegas years. Shit, I was about to start a whole circus act.
Oddly peaceful. I say this all the time. I saw the tunnel. I didn't see the light. I see the light. I was in that tunnel, though. It was hot in that tunnel. Shit, am I going to the wrong place in this motherfucker? Because I looked at the end of the tunnel and I thought I saw the devil, like, come on. Was that Puffy? But if it was Puffy, he had like a flaming bottle of Johnson and... No, I'm just kidding. Come on in here, nigga. No, I'm just kidding.
Since Jamie Foxx allegedly entered the chat and the trial through the gay naked basketball games he hosted with Diddy and all the parties he attended and hosted for Diddy, I'm not kidding when I say that every little dirty thing will be revealed during Diddy's trial, baby.
I would show up to the party in my little town car. This town, I grabbed a town car so I could skirt. Puff the SUVs and the Bentleys, the whole night. He get out. I get out too with a camera. The big Canon, like, yo, Puff, I should document this. Yo, what's up, Playboy? what you talking about? I said, no, I should get this, man. You, Fonzworth, the whole nine. He says, yeah, let him through.
As much as Diddy recently tried to deny the allegations that he was the cause of Jaime's most recent health worry, people simply said, nah, we don't believe you. You all are birds of the same feather, and you are just trying to throw us off. Nice try. Honey, you all know that there are rumors that Diddy is the one who caused Jaime's most recent health scare. We're talking about someone who claimed that Ed Sheeran used to sleep in his studio. And I can confirm that Ed has made a few remarks regarding parties that Jamie Foxx hosted while he lived there, similar to the bizarre ones for which Pete Dodie is on trial. Jamie also claimed that Nick Cannon slept on his couch when he was around 13.
Benefited from him. Nick Cannon used to sleep on my couch.
Wow.
13 years old. He'd be in one part of the house. He'd be like, can I, nigga, go back in there. You can't, no. Fuck back in there. You can't come in here. And he'd be like this, right? He slept on the couch. Ed Sheeran was the latest. Ed Sheeran slept. Wow. Ed Sheeran, my new house, Ed Sheeran slept on my studio floor for 6 weeks.
You know who is once again pushing for everything to come out? Yes, Miss Wendy Williams, who has been on the front lines of exposing Diddy. I mean, isn't it giving Diddy and Usher?
Come from a very homosexual era of hip-hop as well. There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle. There were many situations, none of which to talk about, but there were many situations back in the day in my career, and it's all coming full circle now. So,
as you may have noticed, Jamie Foxx has been making every effort to put Diddy as far away from him as possible. For example, during last year's stand-up comedy special, Jamie briefly addressed the rumors that Diddy had put him in the hospital, and any gossip that he had been in Diddy's inner circle about the mountain of accusations Diddy is currently dealing with. He said, "The internet said Puffy was trying to unalive me. I understand what you're thinking." In a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Jaime Moore directly and seriously addressed the rumors, saying that Diddy did not try to unalive him. As I mentioned earlier, he's been doing everything in his power to distance himself from Diddy, but the records of their interactions are literally everywhere. Diddy? Hell no, I left those parties early. In fact, Jaime told the audience on his special that he would leave by 9 Saul because something didn't look right as it got later into the night.
Party, and he said, yo, Playboy, this party costs $1.5 million to throw. I'm like, you are out of your mind. And I said, Puff, I'll throw you a party for $400. That will rival this party. So he came to LA in my modest little home. Yo, Playboy, I'm in town, make it happen. I said, cool. So I went into my little phones, called about 200 of the coolest people. They all came to my house. Puff showed up with, SUVs and FBI. It was just, it's crazy.
we're all friends. We all hang out. He said, oh man, this is great. And I said, yeah, but Puff, look over there on the dinner table. I got Kentucky Fried Chicken. I put it in a nice plate. I said, I got Coca-Cola. I put it in a pitcher. We're at $208 and we are killing it right now.
Unfortunately, even with Jamie trying his best to distance himself from Diddy, people are saying that it might be a little too late to do that because their interactions have been well documented over the years. In fact, there have been allegations claiming that Diddy was the mastermind behind all those gay naked basketball games Jamie Foxx was hosting. Now, for those who don't even know what I'm talking about, back in the day, there were pictures, videos, and posts of Jamie Foxx playing naked basketball. But for reasons we can all guess, all those receipts mysteriously disappeared from the internet. But people also swear that those receipts existed and that there was even a post that also vanished where Jaime basically apologized to his neighbors for playing naked basketball, saying to all my neighbors, I just want to say that I'm sorry and I'm sending gift baskets to you for all the wrong I've done. We used to play nude basketball in the back for clinical reasons to release. The sole part of my fence was down and I didn't know that the lady and her family was there. In addition, if you are wondering why Jaime is usually not a frequent guest on The Breakfast Club, it's because DJ Envy once asked Jaime about the naked basketball games. Child Wendy watchers will probably also remember that there was a time Wendy Williams talked about the naked basketball games when she was talking about how Tommy Davidson accused Jaime in his memoir of ripping off his underwear. According to Wendy, if the allegations were true, it was because Jaime appreciates a high hard behind like the ones he saw while playing naked basketball. Well, that's all come on. Well, Jamie Foxx has worked very hard to make sure all these receipts are no longer on the internet. But anyone from back in the day will tell you that they existed. But you know what's even crazier? When receipts of Diddy started coming out, there were various claims that Diddy was actually the mastermind behind all those naked basketball games and that Jamie Foxx was hosting. There was even an account from a TikToker who had first-hand information about the basketball games when her mum took her to work at different radio stations. And she claimed that after she talked about Jamie Foxx and Diddy's naked basketball games, she received a phone call and had to take down her videos. The TikToker actually provided clues about the participants of the naked basketball games, especially about one particular participant, hinting that he is someone who is married to someone who likes to drink lemonade. And then she gave the buzzing sounds as another hint. But like I said, she was apparently told to take down those videos. But one thing about the internet, it never forgets.
Heard about the Jamie Foxx situation. I was literally like 7 years old, and a lot of you guys don't understand that I practically lived at radio stations with my mom. Like, I was there 24/7. I was always at the radio station, so I got to hear adults talking about things because I was a fly on the wall at that point. So 7-year-old Crystal heard about these celebrity butt naked basketball games, and I couldn't remember who he even was. I just remember thinking at that time, I was like, why do those men want to play basketball naked together? Like, that's so silly. Like, they're funny. And it didn't dawn on me until I was like an adult that I was like, oh.
Isn't this essentially what Wendy Williams has been trying to explain to us for years? We are all aware that Wendy had been disparaging Diddy for a very long time. In fact, she said in her 2004 book, The Wendy Williams Experience, that she had a certain amount of disdain for Puff since he attempted to harm her career on his own. Wendy also stated in 2005 on her radio program, The Wendy Williams Experience, that the girl group Total, who were signed to Diddy's record label Bad Boy Records, nearly jumped her. In a 2019 episode of her talk show, Wendy recalled the alleged incident and alluded to Diddy's involvement.
I'm wrapping up my headphones and I'm going downstairs. My new boyfriend at the time, the bad Kevin, he was picking me up. But no, this is when he was the good Kevin, right? So I'm walking in the elevator with my intern at the time, Skeletor, but look, I'm like, why is everybody looking down at the sidewalk? I mean, noses were pressed to the glass. And I get downstairs and find this girl group jump out of a gypsy cab to come after me, to kick my and I'm like, for what? You know what I said was true. You all are broke and you were living in the projects. And that was that. But the point I'm making is, You know, Amanda, you shouldn't have. I didn't get back on the radio and talk about it. What I did was desire to do better so I can have a purple chair and talk about it right now and then have the whole scene play out in the Lifetime.
In a 2013 interview with Vlad TV, Wendy Williams also implied that Diddy was responsible for her dismissal from the radio station. She discussed how her dismissal was due to her conjectures about a particular hip-hop artist. In addition, Wendy Williams once invited former Bad Boy rapper Mark Curry to discuss his book, Dancing with the Devil, How Puff Burned the Bad Boys of Hip-Hop on her show. Mark stated in the interview that this is a man that follows him and it will rain on you, too, so it's really all about the dark cloud. Diddy was undoubtedly the devil in this instance. Additionally, he made a couple more references to Diddy, and it was evident that Wendy agreed with everything he said while he was still doing interviews. After Wendy's book came out, she also did one with Karen Superhead Steffens, who was essentially among the first to expose Diddy when she talked about how Irv Gotti essentially handed her off to Diddy because he was inquiring about her at his party. According to Wendy's book, there was involved. Karen continued by saying that months later, she ended up hanging out with Exhibit, and that she noticed gay activities at a Diddy party. She claimed that Diddy was Superhead believed that she was asking all the right questions during her interview with Wendy, as this is also the same person who claimed that she felt that there was a power imbalance between Diddy and Cassie that was always in Diddy's favor and not Cassie's.
The thing about when you date a mogul is that it's really difficult to avoid them, because if you use your head, you never know when they're going to pop up on the scene. Like, he's mogul, like he can hire a plane right now, zoom it to South Africa, land on the roof of the hotel where she's staying, okay, pay people off at the front desk, give me the key and let me up in her room. Like, I'm already paranoid as a person. But to know that somebody could actually swoop down on me in the middle of nothing would scare the bejesus out of me.
Over the years, Wendy has also exposed other powerful people, such as Jamie Foxx, and all of the strange naked basketball games he hosted. If you know Wendy, you are aware that she never said anything on her show without receipts, and she has even gotten into trouble a few times for her remarks. There have also been claims that Diddy threatened Wendy because she was disclosing too much.
Mother of a now 16-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Who I met backstage,
He did?
He's a great young man.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
You represent a lot.
In essence, some have been claiming that if you closely examine Wendy's response when Diddy attended his show, you will see that she was aware that Diddy was intimidating her when he mentioned seeing Kev Jr. backstage after Diddy claimed to have met Kev. What is really weird is that I've been told by so many people, Wendy, you called it, including some people from my family who have said the same. You know how I feel about that. It is about time to see this video on TV of Cassie getting pummeled. It was just horrific. But now you have to think how many more times, how many people, how many more women. It's just so horrible, Wendy said, thanking him quickly for the compliment before seeming to faint and stutter as Diddy stared at her. Nevertheless, Wendy broke her silence and told the Daily Mail that it was time for Diddy to be investigated. However, it is said that all of the things Wendy was discussing will be brought up during the trial, even if Jamie Foxx makes every effort to keep his distance from Diddy. I'm not sure what will be revealed, but please share your thoughts with me about Jaime's involvement with Diddy. Is he equally guilty as Diddy, who planned his health scare? Why is he making such an effort to keep his distance from Diddy, baby? Leave your juicy thoughts in the comments section below.